Hello friend, in this video lecture I am going to discuss about how to use association analysis in Alteryx. So here I am using Alteryx Designer. The first we need to drag this in workflow or input data, drag this. Now you can use file or database. So let's click on drop down, and if you want to go database you need to click on the data source, and after giving this connection you can use any database tables. So here I'm going to use the file. So here file you can use different kind of files here. So let's click on select file. So here I'm going to use a Alteryx database file. So this is the record inside there, demand ID, demand supply, distance, attraction. Now here after let's go to data investigation. So if you click on analysis, so here you can get determined which field in our database have a Y variant. So two fields that varies association with one another. So this is about the association analysis. Drag this into the workflow, and here after the next is we need to stabilize the link. So when I stabilize the link, here I'm getting the message at least two fields must be selected. So here I'm going to select demand ID. So let's see here record. So demand ID, it all has unique values. You can see 100 rows, and here I'm going to do here comparison with supply ID. So here let's enable checkbox, and here measure of association you can use anyone. So here first I'm going to use person, product, moment, correlation. Now when you click on the workflow you cannot see any kind of error. Now here R and I. So here R, that is for report, and here I for interactive report. So let's go input output, here drag this, and here drag one more. So one for interactive report, next for report. Now workflow part that has done, click on this run. Here you can see incoming file record 102 KB, total 3294. now you can see 22% it's done here. So here it's all done. It's taken 16 second times. Now here after the next is here you can see incoming, and here this is on association analysis. Here you can see association analysis, demand ID. So this is integer tab, size 4, and here starting with 1, and here distance double, and attraction double, supply ID for multiple source. Now here after if you click on R, here you can get the size. This is about the data and metadata I. Here you can see tab, B string, and size. Now here after the important thing, when I click on this browse, here you can see the relation between two fields. Here full correlation matrix. Here demand ID, let's make that bigger, demand ID 1, and here this is supply, and here supply ID, demand ID. So it's varies, and here you can see demand ID and supply ID p value, it's displaying 0. Now here if I click on this interactive report, here you can get this pictorial correlation matrix escorted plot. So demand supply ID, demand ID, here when I take this place 1, here this place 0, 5, 6, it's displaying, and here you can get this all red equal to +1, blue -1, this all. Now here after let's click on this, and this time going to add one more field. So here going to include the distance. So distance has some pointing values. Now our distance going to include, and hereafter this time going to use as peer man rank order correlation. Now let's click on this run. So run here, it's incoming, and 22% data process insight association analysis. And when that all done, this go to here report and interactive report. Now it's all done. Here you can see record, here record or and correlation. Now click on this. So it's here you can see full correlation. So here you can see this is one supply ID, distance ID, this all value here it's displaying according to doing the data process. And here since I'm using this place experiment rank association, so that here it's displaying this place or null, and here 0 E and distance here E, this all values. Now you can see interactive report here demand ID and this place 1 and here 0.7 and here 1 2 3 fields included, so that here it's come there 3. Now here you can see a supply ID, this is here supply ID, demand ID, supply, demand, supply here. Now it's called here, this is for distance, and you can read this all those things. Now hereafter the next is let's include Hoffman-Dix statistics. Now let's run and see the changes on the matrix. So here it's 22% completed association analysis, and wait for few seconds, it will complete this all. Now it's done, and here 3 columns selected, you can select more than 2. Now hereafter you can see this all those things, data, this is the data, attraction, distance, supply ID, demand ID. Now hereafter click on this, here it's rendering, and here since I included Hoff-Ding D statistics, so that here you can see some changes, i.e. 0.8, and when that no any value that leave. And this is the process of this matrix, full D matrix and p value. Now you can see here on interactive report distance, and here record text, and here this all those things, here 3 fields. Now you can include more than one, so here I'm going to include this term demand, let's include demand. Now let's run this, and you can see the changes on the output. So here it's this part has been processed. Now 22% on association analysis, it's all done. Now you can see this is here data and R and I. Now hereafter let's click on this, here you can see it's one more added, demand ID, and here distance and demand one more. Okay, and this is the doing some process, mathematical process on the data, and here you can see one more field that added. So distance, demand ID, scroll down, supply ID, now here demand. And if you go here, you can see the values 0, 3, 24, this all. So here the main purpose of doing this on data association, so it will determine which field database have a bivariant association with one another. So I hope guys this video is helpful for you. So now in this video it's over. So thanks for watching. See you next video. Thank you.